Welcome to Yes Offense. Trigger warning, disclaimer, whatever you want to call it. This podcast will feature graphic language about sex, race, violence, and anything else that might make people uncomfortable. However, this is a comedy podcast, and everything and anything talked about on it should be viewed as an attempt at humor. Like, if you hear anything on this podcast you don't agree with or like, please just turn it off. No one on here is a politician or actually affecting the way you live. So if you genuinely have a problem with anything said on here, redirect your energy at a real issue going on in the real world. Now let's get into the show.
Yes. Yeah. Nice. Wow, that was cool. That was like we were like launching a nuclear submarine.
Whoa.
But way deadlier. Less Russian.
True, yeah. More destructive power.
More white, less Russian somehow.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
We were talking before the pod, which is not good way to start the pod. I don't care. But you said Roadhouse, that is like a cop movie in a bar.
Yeah.
Similar jump off point from that. Have you seen Tokyo Drift?
No, I actually haven't.
Okay. Have you seen The Karate Kid?
Of course.
Okay. Tokyo Drift is The Karate Kid with cars.
Really?
Like it's like a guy.
Is there a kid learning karate?
Yeah, but he's like, he goes to Japan and he's like, I'm pretty good at driving, and then they kick his ass and he's like, I got to learn to drive like you guys, and then they teach him how to Tokyo Drift, and then he Tokyo Drifts better than all of them, and he's white.
Really?
Yes.
So they Last Samurai him?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Are you talking about the Fast and the Furious movie?
Yeah. It's the third one. It's the third one.
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
Lil
yeah.
Bow Wow.
I think I've seen a little bit of it.
It's one of the better ones.
There was
honestly.
no Vin Diesel.
No,
like,
none.
What are we doing here?
Why
Same.
did he just said no?
Yeah, there was a part of
Vin was out.
Tokyo Drift, in hindsight, is great, but when Tokyo Drift came out, people were like, Fast and Furious is over, dude. Because there was no Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Bow Wow.
What was Paul Walker up to?
Because they did the thing where they were like, they thought their careers were lifting off, and then they didn't.
Yeah.
So they were like,
Right.
we're back.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, wait, this is all we have. We're going to do 10.
Yeah.
And Paul Walker was busy dating a 16-year-old at the time.
Oh,
which
really?
We never talk about because he ruled that bad. King of the Wiggers, Paul Walker.
Oh, man.
He was a wigger?
Yeah,
thought
look
that
at
was-
him.
I thought that was Rob Dyrdek.
No, he's not king. Rob Dyrdek's a wigger, but he's not pristine wigger.
Does fucking a 16-year-old enhance one's wiggerdom?
I don't know. I do know though
I didn't know that. I guess God struck him down.
When he I just know when he met his girlfriend, she was 16. Mustafa Musa always points that out anytime he can.
I bet he loves that.
He
Well,
does.
we all meet our girlfriend at 16.
You guys, welcome to Yes Offense. I'm here with my guests, two reoccurring guests who have not been together yet.
Whoa.
It's been a while for you. When I moved to New York.
The
You-
Connecticut
yeah.
days.
But yeah, Andrew Manning's here.
Holy shit.
So is
yeah.
Jonathan Tillson, you guys.
Hey.
Welcome
Thanks for
to the
having
pod.
us.
Of course, you guys. It's been fun. Yeah, I knew you guys before I moved to this. We all knew each other before we
right.
moved to the
Yep,
city. Well,
yep.
no.
Yeah.
You moved already to the city.
then I met you.
Then we
Yeah.
met. There we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
you were his replacement in Connecticut.
It's felt like
I've been
that.
told.
Honestly, it felt like that when I showed up because everyone was like, I showed up and everyone's like, dude, you should have seen this kid, Andrew Manning. He was so funny, and then he left. And honestly, didn't know you at the time, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about this kid.
Yeah.
Andrew Manning, stop bringing him up.
Talk about a letdown.
I know,
Yeah.
seriously, yeah.
Talk about a letdown.
Let me tell you something. Stay in Connecticut. You can be real funny in Connecticut.
Get off my turf.
Yeah. I might move back. Who knows?
Right, dude?
Just try and be a bigger fish.
Yeah, no, don't do it, dude. That's one of the smallest ponds in the U.S.
It's such a small pond that it's actually connected
It's actually-
by tributaries to like
it's-
every state around.
Yeah.
It's many ponds.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like there's a little pond in Middletown. There's a little pond.
The Middletown comedy scene.
I'm saying, like, you have to drive.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you want to get up nightly, you're traveling fucking 70 miles sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Hell yeah.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Don't really miss it at all.
No.
Just regular people being there, I miss. But other than that,
If I got to travel an hour to an open mic, I want to do it by train, okay?
yeah, right. Well, you can on the train, you can read, you can listen to your podcast, you can just watch homeless people harass
true.
everyone.
That's true.
And you, they can harass you.
They certainly can. I prefer the drive, though, because it's rare that it's one train. If it's one train, I'm down. But if I'm connecting 3 times,
I don't like that
that's
either.
exhausting.
I like a good transfer though. Like when it says transfer, which means you just step off and wait. That I like.
It's like it's not as good as not getting off the train.
Of course.
But it has its own sweet thing.
Because you don't have to move, dude. I hate going through subway tunnels. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Mimic. Have you seen that?
No.
Yes.
You have.
That's a great
Guillermo
movie.
del Toro, giant cockroaches.
Yeah, cockroaches.
I'm waiting for one every time I'm walking through a subway tunnel because they're desolate and
How
creepy.
big are we talking?
Like human size.
Was that Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that
A
makes
lot of
sense then.
studio interference, but it was him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was not happy with the studio.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Solid
I
flick.
haven't seen it in 20 years, but
It's when cockroaches. So cockroaches. There's certain things that can mimic their prey, and these cockroaches got huge, so they mimicked people. So their wings would close around them, and they look like they're in like an overcoat. And then they'd have this like shell that came over their face that just looked like a human face, sort of. So at night, you just walk by them, you wouldn't even think anything. But then
I
open
fucking
up
like this.
Yeah, but then they open up their wings and they pull you in and they fucking rip you up.
I didn't even remember. I thought they were like
That's what
aliens mimicking cockroaches.
No, dude.
And, like,
it was just a cockroach that they used them to like get rid of a disease that was killing children, but then they mutated into fucking
I think
big
this
ass
is like,
things.
you know how Jaws made people afraid to go in the water? I think this is like deep in my psychology, my fear of cockroaches.
I hate cockroaches.
I'm just like, oh, what if it's a mimic?
True.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, thing with cockroaches that freak me out is that you can't really kill them. Like you can squish them.
They're the Terminator.
Yeah, but if
yeah.
you squish a mom, her eggs will get in your shoes, and then they can hatch. They're like built to be killed
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Built
even
tough.
reproduce. Yeah,
They're built to live forever.
and they live through nukes. Like, come on, what are we talking about here?
Yeah,
How do we know that?
I think the Chinese no, the Japanese. Sorry, that's
sounds
me
good.
being
It
a fucking
sounds
idiot.
good.
Yeah. The Japanese
China.
were like, everything is gone except for fucking cockroaches
Yeah.
crawling around all this rock.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
so.
And that's all we
Cockroaches like,
Yeah.
Chernobyl, they
are
don't even
quick.
mutate.
yeah, the wolves did. Do you hear about those?
Oh, yeah, dogs. And
There's like Siberian
Yeah,
wolves that are radioactive, which are
That's
not
pretty
Siberian,
fucking
yeah.
sick.
That is right.
Yeah.
I always think of one. I wonder if they have like extra rows of teeth and shit.
Oh, yeah. It's just
Right?
like, you see Annihilation?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you?
oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a bear with a person's face and
Nah,
scream.
dude.
That it can
Yeah.
like mimic a person's like scream.
Yes.
Dude, that scene
Was so
bugged me
scary.
out.
So
I saw it in theaters and I sunk into the chair
So
because
scary.
I was just like, yo, I couldn't deal with this. And it felt like they put you in the chair with them when they show it. Like her face is in. I've watched that a lot. There's a lot of detail on that bear you missed the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Oh,
Her
yeah.
face is like in the bear's cheek or something, and
Yeah.
that shit freaked me out, dude.
Yeah.
That scene or the Revenant bear scene? Which one's worse? Do you think?
Revenant.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's just like, it's so prolonged.
It does take
And
a while.
it's like, oh, he's still getting fucked up by this bear. Wow.
It leaves
like a
and
whole
comes
scene.
back. That's the
Yeah.
funniest part to me.
Yeah. Which I guess, I mean, I watched the first part of Grizzly Man with this guy.
Oh.
And that's gotta suck, getting fucking eaten by a bear. It's eating you. You're alive.
You're alive.
It's 2,000 pounds. I was actually, you were in Boy Scouts?
I was a
Cub
Scout, and I
Okay.
quit. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Bad boy.
Yeah.
I really was, dude. I did not want to do that stuff. I would have like left the group and got killed like by a bear. 'Cause I
Oh,
would've-
man, yeah. Well, funny that's exactly where I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
You were a fucking mutant.
Yeah, so
Cub
I-
Scout. Just
I
like,
made it-
why are we listening to this guy?
Yeah. In Cub Scouts or in Boy Scouts, I had this friend who, like, we were in bear territory, and when you're in bear territory, it was black bears, but you're not supposed to keep any food in your tent at all.
Right.
And we had gone on some trip the day before, and they had kept like a Smucker's PB&J wrapper, just the wrapper, in their backpack, which they then stored in their tent. And so I wake up at about 5 a.m. to piss, and I just open my eyes, and I hear coming from somewhere outside of my tent, we gotta, someone's gotta run. Somebody, John, you do it. John, where is it? And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And my heart rate starts going up a little bit, but I'm like also still waking up. And then I just kind of open the tent to piss. I go stand out, and there is a tent like 20 feet away from me with a black bear rummaging through it, and the tent is completely flat on the ground.
Yeah.
And I still hear the two boys' voices coming from it. They're still in the tent.
Yo, that's wild.
While this black bear is literally pawing through it, just looking for shit. And all of a sudden, as the black bear is like walking around their tent, this kid, John, springs out from under the tent, just like crawls and then starts running. And he sees me. I'm the only person in his, line of sight.
Vision, yeah.
And he runs for my tent and dives in as if that's going to offer him any protection. He's like, I'm safe now. I'm in a different tent. The bear turns and looks where the kid went and starts coming over to us.
Dude.
And then I go back in the tent, too, because I'm also stupid, it turns out.
We're kids, yeah. Man.
Yeah, 11 years old.
Yeah.
And the bear comes lumbering over, and I zipper the tent shut because that'll do it.
That claw can't get
Yeah.
through the zipper.
And like just out of a movie, I'm looking at this green wall of tent, and then all of a sudden there's a shadow, and the shadow gets more defined, and it gets more defined, and all of a sudden there's just this outline, and then there's another outline coming up, and it gets closer and closer, and then you see its hand press up against it.
Oh, God.
And the claws pierce the tent and just drag down without a sound.
It's like a horror movie, dude.
Yeah.
This is like Freddy Krueger shit.
I always see like animal claws, and they're like, it'll rip you, it'll slice you to ribbons, and I'm like, it'll probably like tear at you, but they can't be sharp. They were like fucking razor blades.
They are, dude. They rip into deer.
They sliced perfect lines. There was no ripping or anything. Just slice, starts pawing, and then its arm is in. And I have a friend who's next to me. He still hasn't woken up. And so yeah, I'm like, Sam.
I thought you were shoving him towards the...
Yeah. Take this. Take sacrifice. Yeah, he's plump. Take him.
I'm hearing a massive lack of leadership on Andrew's part here.
Well,
you got to wake that friend.
yeah. So, well, he was sound asleep, and he was a fucking bitch to wake up. And so I'm like literally like shaking his body, telling him, Sam, wake up. And he's like, no, I don't want to wake up. And eventually, I think I actually slapped him across the face. And that was the loudest noise so far that morning, because this whole time it's dead silent, which was the eeriest thing. And I slapped Sam. I'm
Where's
like, there's
this
a bear.
Cub Scout leader?
Well, then here's...
You said, well, as if there's a scandal coming.
Someone else was sleeping in the tent that night, John. And that's why Sam was so tired. So I get my pocket knife out. First camping trip with a pocket knife of my own. I got it from Walmart like that week. It was the coolest knife. It was a Gerber. And I got it out and I cut a hole in the back of the tent. And John left. And he was just like, see ya. And I got Sam out, and then by the time I looked back, the bear had its whole head in the tent and its arm, and I just remember its head being so big. And then I got out of the tent, and the next thing I remember, I was just standing there in my pajama pants and bare feet, and what had happened was John went running off, and apparently the scout leaders were like awake and having coffee like 50 feet away, but because it was so quiet,
They had no idea.
They had no idea. And so as soon as John came running, like, there's a bear, scout leaders came, and with black bears, you can scare them off pretty easily. And so they're just like, get away. They're
pretty,
throwing rocks and shit.
They're docile for the most part.
They're spooked easily.
Right.
And
these are not grizzlies.
And
grizzly would have just eaten you guys.
Yeah,
You're dead
grizzly,
if it's
that
grizzly.
would have been a huge story.
Massacre.
But
I think black bears, like, very often are like 200 pounds, 250. Like, they're not gigantic.
take it easy, John. This was
I just mean there are people that size.
this was a big
Yes,
animal.
it's obviously more dangerous than a person.
Well, but then just to tie this off, they shot and killed the bear soon after that.
Oh, okay.
Because they were
Who's
like,
they?
it's people maintaining
Rangers,
the park.
probably, yeah.
They were like, it keeps coming. It came into the camp. We're gonna kill it.
Yeah, it's a matter of time.
I hate that.
Yeah.
The bear, you're in the bear's home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole,
Well,
like, this is part of
We
your,
set up little homes
and you
in their
fuck-
home.
And someone fucked up with their peanut butter wrapper.
Yeah. By the way, the kid whose peanut butter wrapper stayed in the tent the whole time. That was destroyed. And apparently, at one point, while the bear was rummaging through, it like put its paw on his head.
Oh my
And didn't
God.
step because it probably would have fucking killed
Yeah.
him. But it just rested its whole paw on his head at one point.
so terrifying,
Yeah.
bro. I would have just, I would have given up. I would have just been like, this is it. Fuck.
I would have fucking squirmed away. That's insane. How do you stay still during that?
He's
I
petrified.
assume in his head he had, like, the play dead.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I still don't even know if you're supposed to do that.
I don't
No,
either.
you're not.
I
With a
think you're
black bear, no.
No, you're supposed to get big.
Get big,
Yeah.
make noise. With a grizzly bear, play dead. Protect your body.
Hope to God that thing
Oh.
isn't hungry.
Yeah, you have no defense.
Yeah, what do you...
You can't grab a stick. You can't grab
No.
There's nothing.
It,
If you have a fucking handgun, you're probably not taking a grizzly down.
no, even if you have to really hit it in the head, like a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard
You have-
bullets. I've heard of bullets ricocheting off of
They're
the
thick.
domes. Of the
Yeah,
skull.
that too.
Yeah.
They're
yeah,
thick.
yeah.
So like, even if you have a knife or anything, you stab it once, it's just gonna shake you with its claws in you and just rip you up.
I've heard
ribbon.
people say absolutely. If you have like a 22, which is a small bullet, but it's a gun,
Yeah.
it'll just piss it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to have a shoddy.
It's
like
like
a
an
big
airsoft gun
shotgun
for
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, a shotgun with a slug.
Yeah,
and
for-
put
no,
it in its mouth.
It has to be a
know,
big
The mouth
one.
is the key. It's like Jaws.
It's like a video game. Yeah, you just
it's like
shoot for
Jaws.
the
You
head.
got to fucking do something to the mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, sounds nice.
Yeah. I one time when I was delivering dry
baby?
cleaning. What?
A baby.
I was delivering.
That'd be a
In another
loose,
life.
Yeah, a very loosely run hospital. I delivered a baby.
I was delivering a baby.
Or that feels like something would happen at like a really bad comedy show. Like
Oh,
a girl,
yeah.
a girl shows up, is like, "I'm having it here."
You got to do it, Alex.
What?
In the middle of your set.
Yeah.
God, it smells down here. Kidding.
It's a terrible bar show. There's no one there. She's the only
Now there's two
person.
people.
The show just got better.
Yeah, dude. No, I was delivering to a house, and I usually would pull in this driveway, and for some reason this day I was like, oh, well, no, this driveway, so this house, if I had something to drop off, I would back into the driveway, get out, drop it on their porch. But today I had nothing to drop, so they're at a cul-de-sac. I pull up in front of their house, look at their house to see if they have anything to pick up. There's nothing there, so I bang a Yui. And as I'm driving past the house where I would usually park, like today, if I had done this today, I wouldn't even notice it. But where I backed in, there was a massive bear. I think it was a black
Holy
bear, though.
shit.
Just chilling in the bush, just sitting on the side, just like looking out into the street. And I didn't notice it before. So if I had backed in and gotten out of my car, I would have walked, right into it. Like walked around the van, been like whistling, and then looked up, and it would have been like, whoa. And like,
That wasn't a bad bear.
no. I've heard them before.
Yeah.
Because I used to also go on break out there in the woods. Like I would go on a trail. And one time when I was walking in the woods, I just heard that. And I just started
shit.
moving. I just like, I'm out of here. I didn't even go farther. I said, I'm back. I don't know
Yeah.
what I stepped near.
ya.
It was terrifying, though, because it was... Like, you know when you hear it. It's not like a person messing with you. You're like, it was like a growl of a... You're like, oh, fuck.
Oh, there's an amazing video that came out like 6 months ago. A guy on a bicycle, on a mountain bike, like going down a trail, and a bear, something larger than a black bear, is coming after him down the trail, and he's somehow filming from behind while he's getting away.
On a
It's
bicycle?
insane.
He's on a mountain bike.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
And like he's keeping his distance, but all it takes is one little bump or
Yep.
hitting a tree, and you're just a meal.
Yeah, those things will catch up quick too. They don't mess
They
around.
can move.
Yeah, you can go up trees faster than
They're the perfect land killing machine.
Yeah.
The fact that they can climb a tree,
Right.
They're too big to be able to climb a tree.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be.
And the
part
way
of
they climb a tree, it's like they're being lifted by a fucking, some sort of hydraulic. It's not
Yeah.
natural. They're so
They
strong.
climb better than you.
Yeah.
They climb just better than anything.
It looks like better than like monkeys, to be honest. I've
Yeah.
seen monkeys climb trees slower than bears will like just
Yeah, they just run up.
Just breaking branches the whole way up.
Yeah.
yeah, because they're massive, dude. Man,
Did you guys ever watch Shake That Bear back in the day?
John, please explain.
what the hell
I
is
think
this?
you guys are too young for it. This is probably like the early day. Actually, this might have been like when I went to college. So this was like 05 or something.
yeah.
And Shake That Bear was a video, shakethatbear.com. You can still find the video, I'm sure. It's very sad, but you'll see why all fucking 18-year-old guys shared the video. There's a bear up in a tree and a guy with his rifle, and he fucking shoots the bear, and you hear the bear cry. Sad. Shoots it again. It drops down from the tree. It's dead. Cut scene. Next scene. His girlfriend is pantless, leaning over the bear while the guy fucks her.
Oh, I've seen that.
No
I've seen that. I've heard
going,
it.
Shake that bear. Shake that bear.
Oh
I've heard
my
of that, yeah.
fucking god!
Shake that bear.
I've never seen that, but I've heard of it.
What?
yeah. Shake that bear.
That's primal, to say the least. That's got to stink. A dead bear having sex on it?
Well, the
I'll
bear
let
not
you
being
know.
dead for long.
I'll let you know when I find out.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I found it 3 days later.
No, but Bears have to be infected with like mite or like bugs of all sorts.
Yeah,
Something tells me these people weren't too concerned with
I don't think
hygiene.
these were germaphobes.
yeah.
Hey, honey, you know, make a great video if we fucked on a bear.
Yeah,
fucked
fucking
on a
on
dead
camera
animal.
in the woods
A dead
on
animal.
a bear.
And then post it to the internet.
Yes.
Because we're in love.
Yes. I wonder where they're doing. What kind of relationship they
I wonder
have.
if they get
wonder-
recognized. That's what I wonder.
Oh, yeah.
I
that would
don't
be
think
fucking
you
awesome.
see, you might not see their faces, but you definitely see her from
Are
behind.
they touching the bear?
She's literally,
She's leaning on it.
it's like a couch.
Oh,
She's
God.
leaning over the couch while she gets fucked from
Still
behind.
warm.
She had a good ass, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't
That's
think
nice.
I ever jerked to it, but
Yeah, that'd be
never say never.
Yeah, there's
Jamie, pull up that clip.
honestly, there's weirder things. Not me personally, but people have definitely jerked off to. That's like legal porn, technically. I think, at least personally.
The most disgusting things on earth have been jerked off to.
True.
I guarantee that, like, Beirut bombing that happened 2 years ago, I guarantee someone jerked off to the explosion.
There are some people where big shockwaves and explosions and like just powerful eruptions just gives them a boner for no reason, and they're just like, shit.
Guarantee it.
Fucking chemical plant exploded. I gotta fucking
Yeah.
Or just a guy watching a playground, you know?
It's
Watching it on
almost
his
a half
iPhone.
hour in. You sicko, John. You always want to go there.
This is called yes offense.
I know.
If you want
Oh,
to
God.
talk about puppies in some sense.
This is true. No, man. The pedophiles we always talk about on this are the female teacher pedophiles. Because they're so...
Because it's hot.
Well, it's just frequent. It's it's all over the place, and it makes me wonder what some female teachers I know if they're ever into that, because then it happens so much.
It's
like,
it's definitely frequent enough that you know there have to be probably as many that we don't hear about.
yeah, well, or it makes me just look at women who teach now sideways. I'm not gonna lie. Like any girls, like I'm a teacher. I'm like,
What are you teaching?
what are you?
Oh, come on. This isn't a Catholic priest.
That is
The majority of them don't do it.
My dad.
Yeah, it's like they have to teach sophomore year and up, freshman year and up. Like they have to. It has to be a high school
I don't
teacher.
know, man.
Yeah, I mean you're not fucking an 8-year-old boy.
No, of course, no. That's evil.
Yeah.
The high school ones are the ones I'm talking about. To
Yeah,
be
they're
specific,
doing God's
Yeah.
work.
They're just getting the guy ahead. Whatchamacallit? Not extra credit. He's giving him.
Oh,
He's
yes,
ahead of
they
the
are.
class. He's ahead of the
Yes, they
class.
are.
I think here's what it is. If you fuck your male student, you better give him an A. Okay.
Yeah.
If you didn't give him an A,
I've actually heard of those. I've heard of like cases like that where like the girl gave the guy a C, so he like told on her to his parents or some shit.
that's not her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't fucking
She sounds
do that.
dumb enough to fuck an adolescent boy.
Yeah. You told me
dudes-
she didn't have it all together? She wasn't like a long-term thinker?
The dudes too. It's like I understand them telling their boys. It's just they have to.
That's the guarantee.
Yeah, that's what's gonna. Yeah.
That can only happen.
I know. So that's what these chicks are fucking up with. It's like they really gotta sell it to the dudes. Like, hey, you can't tell your boys because whoever's doing that
There's
are
no
the ones
selling
not getting
it. There's
caught.
no selling it.
That's true.
Like,
I know.
What are you, I'm going to kill your parents if you tell your friends. Like
I'm gonna tell them. Yeah, of
Like,
course.
there's no way. There's
High school
no,
kids.
There's no. I don't think I've ever slept with a person in my life that I didn't tell at least one friend about.
Yeah,
even if you didn't know her.
Yeah,
like
I was,
yeah,
exactly.
you know,
I
Even
was
if it's a bad story?
Yeah.
Where it's like you really shouldn't have
Right.
and it was terrible, you're like, tell
You got it,
someone.
'cause-
like, dude, wait till you hear about this. I know you didn't see her and you'll never see her, but here's a story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was talking to my latest thrist with about that, and yeah, very much because she's like, I'm gonna tell my friends about this, and I'm like, yeah, that's what everyone does, and she's like, oh yeah, and I'm like, yeah, everyone after they have sex tells their friends they had sex.
All of her friends know your penis size. I mean, like, it would be
Wait,
weird.
what?
If they did.
Wait, what? Andrew said?
You have a
Well,
weird
you know
old
what?
face.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Well timed.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Wow, the buttons do stuff.
They do. There's 4 of them. We
Don't-
talk about
don't press the
sometimes.
fourth one.
Yeah, don't press
Yeah,
D.
we're gonna
There's
have to
no
edit this
reason to press
podcast.
D
Never
today.
press D.
Okay, there is. You can press D. There's just no reason to today. I mean, if you're gonna do it.
These blacks.
Whoa. What do you mean there's no reason?
It's the most coveted of the drops. People love it.
Yeah.
They do. They really love
It's for
it.
the fans.
It is. It is.
It's for the true yes offense heads.
Yeah. This is going to come out later than this topic, but you guys saw the fucking Jonah Hill stuff.
A little bit, yeah.
Do you care at all?
No, I mean, it seemed like most of what he was asking was reasonable, and I can't remember, but there were a couple of things that I was like, all right, maybe that's a little too far. But
Yeah.
I know it was like on Twitter, like, this guy's a monster, blah, blah, blah.
Dude, it's...
But, like, I remember reading through the list, and I was like, these 2 seem unreasonable. These 9 seem pretty reasonable.
My thing, and I sort of stole this from another podcast I heard, but, like, I've experienced that with women. Just the other way, where they're like, look, I put a boundary up and you went past it. And I'm like, the boundary was saying Fairuza Balk is hot or not. I don't see how that's a problem here. And then that's what I've dealt with. I read that and was like, this is what women do to men all the time. You meet a guy and they go, I don't like that you play video games with your friends. And you're like, but they're my best friends. I've known them for 20 years. They're like, if you want to get some sniz,
But
you better have...
Wasn't this more sexual? Wasn't this more like...
He was like, take your ass pics off Instagram, and they weren't that bad. They weren't bad ass pics, honestly. They weren't. Her ass wasn't that out.
Oh.
Like, I've seen ass pics where if I was dating that girl who had her ass pics out, I'd be like, I'd send the Jonah Hill text, be like, hey, I know we're dating and I respect your work or whatever, but can you not post your ass just dripping off a couch?
But there's definitely like, I mean, I guess you have to know what you're getting into, but I mean, there's definitely a version of like a partner, not just a guy, but a partner that like, I prefer you not to have that up.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, like, if that results in a breakup, that results in a breakup.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
he's asking.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he's
it's-
not being
I
You
unreasonable.
don't have to do this, lady.
Yeah.
Like, you can leave Jonah Hill.
I don't
Yeah.
think. Yeah, I don't think like that's a crazy ask.
Neither did I.
There are a lot of people like that.
Dude, it's crazy nowadays. Like, I hope to be, special Netflix, whatever. You know what I'm saying. I'm not, I
I
want
you
the
were
things.
just gonna say, "I hope to be special." And I was like, "That is the saddest thing I've ever heard." It's like, I hope I'm unique. So real talk. Yeah.
No, it's just it seems like any famous person now, if they have a minor disagreement with a girlfriend or boyfriend, that shit is like on the front page news. Like, you can't believe they did this, and you're like, this is something that people do every day of their life.
Don't text.
Yeah.
Don't text an email.
Everything's a voice memo, or
Phone
no?
calls.
Yeah.
Phone calls. But I mean, listen. This is what it was. If you need, plain and simple. If you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men.
I read this
Which
too,
I
yeah.
mean, like,
Wait, let me see this.
We've all had an example.
Surfing
Yes.
with
like,
men. Okay,
a
yeah.
girl who's like, she's a little close to that guy. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
trust her, but you know, he's not gay, and she,
Right.
you know.
And it seems like they fucked before, even though she says they definitely didn't. It was just over the pants.
To model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are unstable.
I like the last one.
Hilarious.
The last one with the
Good
women
luck.
unstable.
So
is
what?
really
Just friendships with men?
but I'm saying, like, if he says don't, but if he says to model, like
That one's-
I
yeah,
assume
yeah.
if she models, she's making money off modeling.
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
seems unreasonable.
That's it. I agree.
You know,
Again, private too.
post
Private
pictures
texts.
of yourself in a bathing suit. Once again,
I agree. I agree with that.
Kind of
with you.
unreasonable.
I agree with you on this.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm saying,
but
not
I mean,
Jonah.
like, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men. Once again, if it results in a breakup, it results in a breakup. But most of it's not insane.
No, I didn't think so at all. When I saw that pop up, I was like, here we go. And then I read it and was like, why is this in print?
It's because they know it's in print. If you make it a headline, people care.
Yeah, it's Jonah Hill
They
who's
just do. It doesn't matter if it's a thing. Like,
Yeah.
if it's a headline, people care. And then if you divide the genders, divide races,
Oh yeah.
they'll all chime in.
Yeah.
And then they'll just
We're doing it right
get
now.
further back into their corners. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're talking about something that isn't worth talking about.
Well, here's the thing.
And we're only
It's
talking
now
about it
worth
because they
talking
made
about.
a big deal out of it.
And we're trying to
Exactly.
just obviously trying to make silly of it.
That's
And-
really the talking point is
Yeah.
like that this is in the news.
Yeah.
This is circulating. Everybody, on
And
social media has heard about this.
We all have a friend who's more unreasonable. than
Oh
that.
yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
yeah, and it's not great that these people are feeling this way because that guy isn't secure
Right.
enough to let this woman do that. And he says in there, I saw the next text was like, these are because
Of his
these things
insecurities,
hurt
yeah.
me.
I would
And it's like you have issues for sure, and it's got to be so devastatingly embarrassing to have your private asks.
Text messages, yeah.
Yeah, being
Well,
like, you know.
It also, whatever he thought of her is fucking justified because the text is out.
Yeah.
The text is out. So whatever
he's
he
right.
thought,
Yeah, he should have put in there, don't share this with anybody as well.
share this with the world.
Yeah.
No, she did, man.
Don't sell
But
this to a magazine.
I think that stuff right there, like I said, other than like modeling, that's like I assume she makes money off that, so it's crazy. But I think more often than not, I think a couple would agree to those standards.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
honey,
think-
don't put ass pics on your Instagram. We're together now.
Yeah.
Ass pics
And her-
on Instagram.
Her
is
ass pics weren't crazy,
reasonable
though.
enough.
That's their only defense, because I saw them, and I was like, aren't that... Like, she's just
Put 'em on the
surfing.
big board.
Yeah, she's just surfing. It's like a side of her ass. It's not her... Like, we all know girls who are like,
Sure.
I'm just having a really rough day today.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just
Wait,
like...
you know girls like that?
Where are they?
I could pull them
Yeah,
up, dude. We
yeah.
could pull them up. We could, oh, my phone's occupied. We could pull them up.
But yeah, it's just it's not whatever he said there was just not crazy enough to share.
Not at all, dude.
You know, it just wasn't crazy enough to share.
think
There are
that's
other
so.
examples like this too. Like you see this with tweets all the time.
Aziz is another example where they didn't need to...
That what
oh,
I
you're
should-
talking about tweets. All right,
Oh, but,
specific.
no. But I mean, Aziz is a great example
Yeah.
because I just shouldn't know that.
Not at all.
It's like none of us should know that.
No.
You know.
And it's also when you read Aziz's thing is the funniest because it was like a girl. They start hooking up. A girl goes, "I don't want to do this anymore," and he goes, "No problem. We'll watch Seinfeld until your Uber gets here." That's pretty nice. You know what I mean? Like,
and then she gave a consensual blowjob
Yeah.
that she regretted later.
yeah,
was
most
like-
dudes in that situation go, "Okay, call your Uber. I'm gonna go smoke a like." They just leave the room. They're just like, "Get out."
I've never given a blowjob, but I'm willing to bet if we polled women honestly, probably a third of all blowjobs are regrettable.
Even if you really like the guy, you're like, "That didn't taste
It's
right."
like, you know, he's never going to talk to me again. I shouldn't have done that.
It's not
Like,
that big.
Like, it kind of smelled down
Yeah.
there. Like, like a blowjob is a fucking job.
Yeah.
yeah.
It is a job.
Yeah, I'm not doing it, dude. You kidding me?
And that's not what I heard.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's
I got to do it to myself.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Who's talking like this, John? I want to find him.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Put the...
Not on the air, though. He's a good man.
Oh, man, you guys. Jonah Hill. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking shit's crazy, man. Shit's
If
crazy
I
out
mean,
here.
I assume they're not together anymore.
No, she waited till he...
I would hope
Yeah.
once that was released.
She waited till he had his first child so that the mother wasn't too stressed when she read these text
Oh,
messages. That's
wow.
what she said
What a
in a
considerate
statement.
person.
How considerate. It's the best, dude.
So this was old. This is an old text.
Yeah, they haven't been dating for a while now. I mean, at least 9 months because he had a kid with someone else.
So even more reason for it never to come out.
Dude,
It's old. It's old news.
No, man, I genuinely think nowadays, because of a lot of the shit like this, the Aziz, a lot of things that have come out, that if you have a bad experience with someone who has any clout above you, you can use that shitty time in your relationship to get more clout
Sure.
for literally, it seems like a week. And then,
Oh yeah.
you know, I don't know what happens
You get
after
your
that.
followers.
Yeah.
And they stick around.
I guess.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess, man. I don't
think that's where we
fucking
are.
know.
It's just so vapid and shallow now that it's followers, it's currency, it's money. So that's paramount. That's the biggest thing. It's like, I know this is kind of tasteless, and I'm hurting someone that I used to be with, but
Yeah.
I'm about to get 75,000 extra followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for me, man. I don't even have. I've definitely wanted to go on rants about people I used to date and shit like that, but I just say, you know
But you
what?
do that privately.
Yeah,
with
and someone
your
else will
friends.
find that out too. Yeah, I was like, let someone else figure this out.
You know what I despise, and I don't mean to make this fucking men versus women because I hate most men too, if we're being honest. But I despise, because I've seen mostly women do this. They will post pictures of a Bumble chat, and they'll redact the fucking name and picture.
Yeah.
But it's them just trying to lead a guy towards a certain answer.
Yeah.
And then they post the chat like it's comedy. Like, these are comedian girls I've seen
Yeah,
do
yeah.
this. And it's just like, this guy wasn't that. I mean, if you're going to post a Bumble chat of a guy like, I just want to stick it in you,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, all
Yeah.
right, he's a pig. Okay, but if it's
So
a
we
guy that
shouldn't do that.
you shouldn't do that.
Oh, okay.
No.
Where's my phone? I had to send some apologies.
But if you're leading a guy to an answer, it's just like, especially from the comedic perspective, it's just lazy.
Joe Mahoney, shout out to Joe Mahoney. Got to get him on the pod again. He fucking would text girls as a fake man on Bumble, but would go hard right wing with them. And he would pose as a hot guy, and he would post how far they would go into his nonsense. Like he would write like, I'm really into Trump. I don't think Sandy Hook happened. Hope you're cool with that. And they'd be like, I guess that's kind of problematic, but we'll see what happens. And it's so funny just to see hot chicks be like,
See, that's an experiment.
that's fun. That's hilarious.
That's in the name of science.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. How far will someone go if they think they have a hot person on the other
Yeah.
line?
Well, there's a term right now. I can't remember who the fuck just told me this, but there's a problem where men in New York City and men everywhere are pretending to be more liberal than they really
Yes,
are.
I've heard of this.
Okay.
And I'm
to
kind of
manipulate and to get laid.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done that on a date or two. Like when a girl's like super liberal, I just pretend to be more. I am liberal, but
Of course, of course. Not even political ideology. Like sometimes, like if you're looking to get laid, if someone's hot,
girls like I love the show Friends. I'm like Joey's hilarious.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
He's
That's
the best.
That's a perfect
Monica,
example.
I'm on a break.
Absolutely. We've all,
That's all I know.
we've all bent our personalities a little.
That's all I know about
Yeah.
Friends.
But that's like just go along to get along in some
Right,
ways. I
right.
mean, but
you're
if you're
kinda
doing
saying
it
the
to
same
get
thing.
No,
laid,
the
Super hot
pretending
guy.
to be super liberal is so funny to me because you all you have to do is kind of shrug and go, "You're right," to the girl, and she'll go, "Oh my god, you listen!" Like that's it. It's so funny, and I haven't done it like to a evil extent, but I have been on dates with women who I'm like, "Oh, this girl will not like my comedy," but she hasn't seen it yet.
Well, that's the thing that's funny. Like if you're far enough left or far enough right, people could do an impression of you.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of know the stances. It's like
Yeah.
like you can do this with religious people too. You
Exactly.
can pretend to be one, but a religious person has trouble pretending to not be religious.
They have a
if
moral thing.
If they were amongst, I just think they don't understand why the fucking like liberal heathens think the way they think. Like, but I can absolutely put myself in their shoes and be like, oh, praise be to God.
Yep.
Absolutely.
God, what's with these parades? Can't they put pants on?
I mean,
There's children around.
There's children here.
God, don't they care about the kids? I don't want to have kids in the back of my mind.
Yeah. The children.
Yeah.
Think of the children.
God, they're just grooming everyone. See, you're looking at me like I didn't know this side of you.
no, I knew. I don't know any other side.
I was about to say, like, what are you looking at me like I wouldn't do this?
Did you see the newest Hannity?
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
but
I'm
yeah,
so
but I
glad
can
Tucker
do that.
Carlson's not on the air anymore. Oh, he was spreading poison.
Oh my! Well, I have like a job in insurance, and most of the guys are fucking Republican, and like I can be vague where I need to be vague. Of
course.
to hang.
Right.
You know, and I'm doing the same thing we're talking about.
Same thing.
You know?
I used to work in a warehouse. Would never bring up my
Never.
like actual stance on
Never.
like I don't care if people are gay. Would never say that in front of them.
No,
Never.
because it's not
Yeah.
going to help.
If a dude walks funny, I'm like, yo, look at him, and they're like, right, Alex. God, men these days. I'm like, they have no real role models. There's no real men anymore. Am I right? And then I just go and I jack off to the a guy
the guy.
porn star who fucks different women, and I don't tell them that either.
That's right.
Who's your guy?
It's Owen Gray, man. That's my boy.
Owen
know that.
Gray.
Owen Gray. You know him.
No, I don't know.
He has the alphabet tattoo on his leg. It's all like you haven't
What's
seen
that for?
It's like a bunch.
You search a male porn star because you like his work with other women.
The women, yeah, they look
hit
like
the
they're having
button.
fun. I got to do it for myself. I'll do
And I
it.
got news for you.
I've
That
done.
means you're gay.
I've done a couple male porn star searches.
They do a good job.
I've done like a Johnny Sins.
You
search,
got- that's a classic,
and
dude.
it's just like, all right, he seems to fuck, right?
Yeah, there's some. They're also
He has a style.
Yeah, I remember like certain videos too. So it's easier if you remember a name, and that's how I got down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Where I was like, well, I know the girls' names, but it does help to know the guys' names in this search.
Who has good chemistry? Oh yes.
Yeah, I've typed in chemistry into the search bar.
I like to just search vague words like stop. I don't know what it means, but it pulls up what I like.
Hell yeah, that's a clip right
You
there.
ever look at?
That's a fun club.
You ever look up Peter North?
I have. He has
the guy
a
with the
big
big loads.
Big loads,
Jesus,
dude.
old man.
Yeah, that's
Rocco,
like
well, because of my friend Yoshi, who's like an old porn dude.
oh, the Asian guy.
Yeah,
yeah.
So Yoshi has told me about
good
like
performer.
the guys
Yeah.
who are in his fucking era.
Yeah, he was like
Freddie,
I was
Peter
Evil.
North.
He was Evil Angel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was tail end of Peter
Burning
North.
Angel,
Peter
sorry.
North when I first started.
Yeah, when you were starting out.
as a porno viewer, Peter
Yeah.
North. I think he fucked Jenna Jameson a bunch of times, and I was at the tail
Oh,
end. Of her,
lucky.
too. I know.
Getting jealous of porn
I think
stars.
Jenna Jameson. Ready for this? I think she's the Hulk Hogan of porn. I think she's probably the greatest when you consider influence, how early she started.
And like overall,
I mean, are there porn stars I like more? Of course.
what's it called? Everlasting Legacy. You're saying?
Yeah.
I think Sasha Grey is the Michael Jordan of
She's
porn
up there.
because she like the first half of Michael Jordan's NBA career because she got in early, peaked, got out,
Yeah.
and it's like if Michael Jordan didn't come back
she
for
make a
another
comeback?
three-peat. No, she's like a bona fide actress.
Yeah.
She's an
she's like a
actress?
streamer now.
Sort of. Yeah. She's not doing porn anymore.
No,
right?
yeah, she stopped doing porn
You
completely.
know, a porn star I used to love was Jenna Jameson. No.
Just can't stop talking about it.
Jaden James.
Oh hell yeah,
Jane
dude!
James.
She's got a
Oh, boy.
She lives.
cans,
she
dude.
lives in Brooklyn.
Really?
I'm like, what if I bump into her,
Dude, what
yeah,
if,
she has
though?
a husband and a kid now? I just want to say I love your work.
Yeah, she had some solid. She has some good ones, dude.
Yeah.
She's
Do
a
you
solid
say
chick.
hi if you bump into a porn star?
So I've thought about this, and I don't know.
If I was alone in a bodega, I might say a quick like, "Hey."
Yeah, like love your work, but I don't think
I
a
could
love your
never
work
with-
is bad.
it's so weird.
But it would have to be by the register.
Yeah.
It couldn't be in the back.
No,
corner
no,
of the
no.
cereal.
by the
Yeah,
by the
she's
cat.
locked in by like the open refrigerator door, and then you.
It's like, hey,
She shuts it, and you're just standing there.
yeah.
Jaden, this is kind of like a porn set, huh?
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be like, hey, thanks. You know what I mean? Like, thanks for all the stuff you did.
You got me through some tough times.
Yeah, you showed me how to do stuff.
You showed
I
me how
wouldn't
to
say that though.
receive
Yeah.
cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. Before you, I didn't know women loved cum.
I was, because you'll know that you're saying the same era. I still love her, and if I ran into her, I would be like
Jaden James?
clammy. No.
Oh.
Also, hot girl. Wait, no, that's Jaden James, the one you already talked about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Audrey Petone. You remember her?
Oh, I know her.
I love her,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I would, yeah. If I met, I would
She
be
out of
like
the game, too?
I'd be like giddy around her.
I can't even tell who's out of the game now because
think she
all the
is, almost
streaming
certain.
sites just have them all still
So
in there.
what
And
I-
unless it's old enough for the camera look shitty.
Yes.
It's like I'm probably watching something from 2012 sometimes.
Yeah, I Google their year sometimes. I'll Google like with their name and their year, and always check if there's something new. There's not
That's
a lot.
amazing.
I know. Rachel Starr still putting out quality shit.
Wow.
One of the great asses ever.
She when all is said and done, she will be one of the greats. She is now,
All
but
said and done.
I'm just
what
saying.
Else does she have to do?
She's still doing it. That's the thing. That's what she's
still putting up numbers. She's LeBron.
great, dude. Rachel Starr is like she's up there.
You know who my all-time favorite porn star is? If you're watching, Kelsey Monroe.
Oh yeah, dude. She's got a fat ass.
She's my favorite.
She's in the rotation right now as we speak. I haven't been
She's mine. Get out.
I haven't been watching porn a lot lately. I'm proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself. But yeah, it's out
Like,
there.
well, the Wi-Fi's been down.
The new one who also retired.
So I have to go to Starbucks.
Have you guys seen Honey Gold? You seen her out there?
Is that the sequel to Honey Boo Boo?
Is that a potato
She
chip?
evolved.
Right? It sounds like
Honey Gold sounds like a fucking Snyder's of Hanover banger, dude.
or like a good IPA.
Yeah.
That's a bad enough name that I bet she's willing to do anything.
Dude, I think she's.
yeah.
I think from. I haven't like Googled her, but I think she's Blackanese, and she's like she ruled, and she quit because she got all depressed and tried to kill her, whatever.
Well, that is how
Yeah,
it
that
is.
happens
That's how
a
it
lot,
is.
actually.
Yeah.
It's not unlike wrestling.
It's a lot. Yeah, it is like
It takes a
they-
toll on the body.
I
and the
can't
mind.
stand
Yeah, true, yeah.
when comedians are like, we actually have a lot in common with porn stars and strippers, and I'm like, you're missing. There's one major thing we kind of hit a crossroads on, but they always like to just keep that out of it. Like
I like to think we're poets and philosophers.
Yeah, there's two ways. You can either go highbrow like that or,
Yeah, I don't know.
bass,
Like,
more bass.
what's the appropriate level to think what a comic is? I think it's a necessary thing, but at the same time, like there are way more necessary things.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
It's like I don't pretend that this is like the fucking ultimate art form. But
No.
at the same time, it's not just being a piece of shit.
No, not at all. There's like the thing I know. It's just like
Depends on
compared
the
to music in any setting, music outshines comedy.
Of course.
You guys have done shows. You ever done a show where they have like an acoustic band, either open or like middle or something?
Yeah.
The crowd loves the acoustic band. I had an acoustic band do not even jokes. Just say like, well, that was a good song. Y'all fellas having a good time tonight? Not that guy right there in the Yankee hat. Crushed.
Dude,
harder than
this
any
is-
joke that night.
This is a fact. Bands and musicians have the lowest bar. There's only one bar that's lower for what's funny coming from them. Okay?
Women. Being a woman.
Priests.
Oh,
Priests
yeah.
have the lowest
Oh,
bar.
my God, it's
A
terrible.
priest can say "Go Jets," and they're like, "He's a cool priest."
Yep, for real.
He's a cool priest. He
Yep.
said "Go Jets." It's like that's the lowest bar. If he says anything,
There's
then
some
even,
chest
like-
hair under that frock.
Yeah, is it something? Yeah, I mean, like they're like, "Oh, Father Thomas he's a bit of a scamp." That
Yeah.
one, I'll tell you what,
He's
But
so
yeah,
bad.
But musicians are just so cool that they can just be like, "Everyone having fun tonight? Yeah, I like fun. Woo!"
Yeah.
It's just
Hilarious.
yeah, it's something like if a 5-year-old said it, you'd be like, "Oh, look at him."
Yeah. Nah, dude.
Well, that's the thing.
comedians,
The
too.
barrier is gone with a comic. Like the fourth wall's gone. I mean, you're
the internet's
because you're
fucked it.
reaching through the screen. You're doing dirty jokes. Like it's just never going to get the same respect as someone who's coming up with prepared material,
Right.
with like a 1-sentence riff in between songs.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fucked, dude. We picked the wrong.
I think that
thing.
it also goes the other way. Like when a comic does like sings in their set, it gets a real good response because it's not what they're there for and it's not what they're expecting.
True.
And you're like, oh, you have another side of you,
Right.
And the audience is kind of captivated and impressed by that.
I'll tell you who isn't impressed by that. Fucking me.
I'm not
neither.
saying my
Me
opinions
neither.
on
I'm gonna
it,
take
but
a hammer
it's-
to my own head when
I,
it starts fucking
I
singing.
only like it if they make a joke about what they sing about, or it's like the joke is there. I can't. We all know one comic, and I like the guy back home from Connecticut. We all know who it is, but there's a comic we know who, no matter what set he does, he goes up and he's like, boom, 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 and he's always doing songs, and you're like,
who the
dude,
fuck is this?
we all know.
I don't
I'll
know.
say it off
Sir
mic.
Barbershop Quartet comedian?
Every CT comic listening right now, because I know some of you nerds do, knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I like this guy a lot.
boom, 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 boom.
I mean,
Dating's
I
weird.
mean, it's obviously,
you know.
it's obviously he's black. I mean the way
I thought of it.
These blacks.
well, I just mean like the way he did, like a boom, boom, boom. Like I've never seen a white guy do that in my
Nope.
life.
You know
Unless he's wearing a pinstripe shirt and a fucking top hat. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, but he always finds a way to bring up a song, and sometimes you're like, he sings way too much of it too. He sings over the point he's making fun of, and you're like,
Yes, to where he's just singing and
just
performing
go
a song.
sing at a fucking karaoke
This is
night.
Maurice Green.
It is Mo
I
Green.
knew it was Mo Green.
Is it really?
I love Mo Green. Yeah.
Everybody needs Mo
He's
Green.
the only guy I could think
Yeah,
of.
it's Mo
Yeah.
Green,
He's
yeah.
the only guy I think of.
He knows this too. I've told him to his face. I don't really feel bad about
No.
it.
He's literally. If you didn't say yes, there was no backup answer.
I'm not
from
gonna.
him.
I couldn't keep a straight
Maurice
face during
Green,
that.
the thing I always think when I met him is, the guy who held the record on the 100-meter dash for a while, won the gold medal in the Sydney Olympics, was Maurice Green.
Well, I always think about Mo Green from The Godfather. And I asked Mo Green, hey, have you ever seen The Godfather? And he said, I have not.
He said,
And I said, well, that's...
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, boom. As an Italian man, you hear when a grown other man says, I have not seen The Godfather, you kind of like...
You hit him
Yeah,
over
you're
the
like,
head
whoa,
with a
whoa, whoa.
I fucking hit him over the head with a pastrami.
Yeah. Let me meet your father.
I threw mozzarella in his
Yeah.
face.
I find out who his father is, and I said, you raised an embarrassment of a man.
You sleep with the fishes.
Yeah.
Fishes is-
I was doing a bit last night on stage. There were Jamaicans.
What was
in-
it? Was it boom, boom, boom?
Oh, you hack, you stole it.
There were Jamaicans in the crowd, and I was talking to them about the movie Shadas. And you ever seen Shadas?
Believe it or not, missed that one.
Oh, solid flick. But Shadas is like Goodfellas for Jamaicans, like Goodfellas is for Italians. Like, that's like the number one gangster movie for Jamaicans.
I love to think this was the pitch in the realm. It's like
Godfather,
Goodfellas,
but for Jamaicans.
They're like, we've been looking to get into the Jamaican market.
They agreed with me though. They did. They were like, "You're right," and I was like, "I am right. I know my gangster movies, dude."
Yeah, I thought Cool Runnings was the Godfather for Jamaicans.
The one other Jamaican movie you could think of.
Shark Tale, just the jellyfish.
Yeah, exactly.
They do know who the I ask people because I have a bit about explain as
Jellyfish.
a kid, I had talked anyway. The jellyfish, the Jamaicans do know them. They're the only like animated Jamaicans that I can think of. Yeah.
Wasn't,
the crab.
Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, he is too.
Yeah, Under the
crab
sea.
or a lot of
Won't
the
do the
sea?
voice.
crab?
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Yeah, and in the new one,
Was the new one? Also
new
a
one-
Jamaican
The
crab?
new one they made him white.
yeah, and they made Aquafina the seagull, and it's really annoying.
I want to see the person like all the fucking people bitching about like a black Little Mermaid. I want to see the one who goes a step further, just like a white crab. A white man should not be a crab.
Gets mad that like Bambi's at white voice.
Yeah.
A white man should not be a crustacean.
Hell yeah, dude.
We're losing this country.
We are not bottom feeders like these
Hey,
crabs.
we are not. Do I have pinchers?
What's next? A white mollusk? Brothers and sisters.
Gather around and hear me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I didn't see the new Little Mermaid, and I'm not
Racist.
You're an adult.
Exactly. I am an adult.
Yeah.
I did go see the new
Why-
Spider-Man
do you know
cartoon.
do you know
though.
how perverted it would be if you were like, I'm like, hey, you want to do the podcast Tuesday? You're like, can't. Going to see the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a niece in town?
Like, no. I'm just a fan of
Yeah.
the Disney live
I'm
actions.
just a mermaid guy. Have you ever watched a mermaid porn?
No.
I don't know that I have.
No, but I have watched. I have watched a
feel
man.
I feel like I've
have
come
sex with a
across
manatee.
one. The dirtiest porn I ever found, because I thought we were getting a little wholesome for a second. I found one night I went through like different parody porns. I was like, is there a parody of this? Is there a parody
okay.
of this? There's a parody of E.T. porn.
No way.
Okay.
Is he? Who is someone fucking? Explain.
Let me guess
Please.
what he does with that finger.
All right, this is where you went wrong. Now, if I had to direct an ET porn, if they were like, John, here's $20,000 if you'll take 30 days to direct this porn, ET's of course a guy.
Yeah.
No.
ET has to be a guy.
It was a girl.
It was ET with a pink pussy.
Oh my god.
Getting drilled by multiple guys.
That's disgusting.
Were they dressed like the kids? Like an alternative ending?
Elliot, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
A young Drew Barrymore holding a camera.
Man.
Yeah, it was a female ET.
Was she dressed like E.T.?
It
The neck and everything?
You know it stands for Elizabeth Taylor.
it was a good ET costume.
Wow.
It looked pretty.
It wasn't after, I'll tell you.
ET-ish. But except there's a cutout with a pink human vagina.
Oh my
And you're
god.
just
Wow.
like, whose fantasy was this?
Yeah. That's what, dude. That.
John, I have an important question for you regarding your activity with this film.
No, this was purely to just see if these exist.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Come on.
Not even a tickle?
Come on. Oh God, no.
Yeah, you were like, I just
hit
watched
me
the
right-
real E.T.
No.
I've
I could probably jerk up to the real ET easier than I could
Probably.
the
His
porno.
mom or whatever.
Yeah, look at the mom or something.
Yeah.
The
Just
mom
wonder.
in E.T. is hot.
I actually haven't seen ET in a long time.
Me neither.
I'd kind of like to do that.
Years.
Yeah.
Like maybe
That's a
longer
great
than
movie.
maybe 20 years. Honestly. I
Yeah,
haven't seen
that's
that
an
movie.
early one for me,
Yeah.
too.
I loved E.T.
Signs ripped it off.
Never seen Signs.
I actually like Signs.
Signs
I think
alright.
it's solid.
Except for when they reveal the aliens are hurt by water.
God damn. You don't see a movie for 22 years and everybody fucking gives it
Jesus.
away.
Hey, that was the end of Mel Gibson being an A-lister too.
It was too.
Yeah,
he
had
really went
Joaquin
downhill.
Phoenix.
Then he had his own Jonah Hill moment.
Once again, fucking a bunch of slander that didn't need to happen.
Honestly,
He
though,
had two moments.
have you seen his comeback movies though? Mel Gibson's. They're pretty kick ass,
I'm a
dude.
pretty big Mel Gibson fan of his art.
Dude.
I love the actor-director.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
that
saw
art,
Dragged Across
okay.
Concrete?
Oh, I started it. It's in my queue.
It's long, but it's fucking
with,
sick, dude.
with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, it's great, dude. That movie's fucking brutal.
Passion of
Did
the
you ever
Christ.
see-
I've seen. I
You know what?
I
Speaking
was
of parody
dragged to the
porn,
theaters
I have-
to see.
that is
Speaking of
what-
parody
Passion of the
porn, you guys ever see Passion of the fucking Christ porn?
Oh,
my
God.
God, that blood is real in that one.
My mom dragged me to see The Passion of the Christ as a devout Catholic woman.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jesus fucking well crucified.
Yeah,
He's just getting
Sucking
thrown
his
on the
dick while he's
cross.
stuck up
Getting
there.
thrown on the cross.
Yeah.
He's really getting nailed, if you know what I mean.
That's
They're
right.
like, make a dude
Dick in
do
each
it
hand.
too.
Open up that side, his side
Yeah,
even
the
more.
spear.
Yeah.
That's why they made that, so he could have a woman part.
He really knows what it's like. He really went through all the suffering of all the men
Jesus
and
was
women.
the first trans person.
Open the. Yeah, Jesus.
He
apparently-
really suffered for everyone.
Let me say, you don't die for all of our sins unless you get a sexual assault in there as well.
Yeah.
That had to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even like Gaddafi when he got captured, like I think they
Fingers
stuck
up
a
the
ni-
butt.
Oh
stuck
no,
a
they
kni- a
they
knife up
fucked
his
him with a
ass.
knife. Yeah, that was
Oh
fucked up.
Jesus!
They like fucked him in the
Christ.
street. Yeah.
It is funny, like fucking a hole with a knife. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like you already have a hole there.
That is funny, John.
So it's like, do you line
That's silly.
do you line up the tip with the very center of the hole and then push, or are you just lazy with it?
That was
Yeah,
old
I think
fashioned
lazy.
too. That was in the 2000s, right? Right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the Arab Spring was like off the top of my head, like 07?
They can really get biblical still over there, huh? That's like
Yeah.
old school shit.
Yeah,
Where-
animals.
Well, like again,
Real talk.
the Italians, animals, they did that to Mussolini. They beat him in the street with clubs, and then they tied him up, him
Yes,
and his
in
wife,
this- yeah,
and they
yeah.
tied him up and beat him with clubs in the
That's
street.
pretty romantic, though.
It really is. It shows you Italians, like when they
I
know
like-
something's wrong, they try to amend it on the spot. Like they're like, wait a minute, he was being bad. String him up.
Unless it's wife beating or
That's true. Wife beating, racism against.
that's right.
Do you know why they did that?
These blacks.
Case in point.
Do you know why they did that to Mussolini? For real?
Why?
They found out that he didn't hit his wife.
We'll hit her for you. This is how it's done.
The fascism is a little bit acceptable, but I cannot take you not having a firm hand.
Your wife for talking too much.
Yeah,
But not hitting his wife actually fell under being a homosexual,
which is illegal.
which is even worse.
Yeah, dude. They were like Mussolini.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Yeah.
Whose voice is that?
That's Ice-T.
Yeah, Law and Order.
Law and Order's for you.
Oh, thank God,
Yeah.
thank God I didn't guess.
Yes. Classic clip. Classic
Yeah.
clip.
Like, is that Rob Dyrdek?
Nah, dear Dick. Full circle. Full circle, baby.
I try.
Is that the Kardashian ex-husband? Or
Chris-
husband?
No. I
no.
don't think so.
No, not at all.
Who's Rob?
Rob Dyrdek is ridiculousness. Oh.
Yeah, you're thinking of a basketball player or something.
No, I'm not. Not Kim Kardashian. I think Kourtney Kardashian was married to some guy who has a name like
He
that.
might have.
Rydeck or Deerdeck or
I-
Oh, Scott Disick.
Disick.
Yeah, I think he's still around.
okay.
Is he still around?
can't-
No,
No idea.
they got divorced. I
I'm
think.
not up to.
Oh, they didn't last?
All right.
A famous guy and a Kardashian didn't.
Is there
Right.
anyone less happy than a Kardashian? I
I
mean, at this point,
Yeah.
like, but I just mean, what is happiness to a Kardashian? Is it like the latest nose job was fucking perfect?
yeah.
Their
Like-
therapist must have a fucking gun in their mouth like the beginning of Lethal Weapon every fucking day.
Fucking talk about a Mel Gibson series. Yeah, I fucking love those.
They hold up.
Oh,
I
dude.
watched the first two recently.
Oh.
I'm gonna watch the third one.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fell off
a
a little bit.
I watched all four.
I love the second one. The second one I think is the
second
best.
one's the best one.
And
First
especially
one's awesome.
Yeah.
Third one's still good. Fourth one still gives me what I want.
Yeah, it's
but-
they as a series, it's actually great. Like
It's
they
awesome.
all the sequels have something in them where you're like, this is kind of dope. I like this. It's fun.
Yeah,
and it's
Mel
fun.
Gibson is because he pulls off crazy.
Yeah,
Like you look
do
at his
it.
eyes and you're like,
you
this
want
guy-
to do ya? Do ya? Yeah,
guy-
that scene. Yeah.
The other thing, you believe that Mel and why am I blanking?
Donald
on this?
Glover?
Donald Glover.
Danny
Danny Glover.
You
Donnie,
believe
Danny.
like their chemistry is so good.
It's great.
It
Like,
is.
You believe they're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love his love interest in the second one because she's super hot.
Oh, my God.
And that's honestly
She
how
grounds.
I've dated most women, where I'm just like, I'm crazy. Come back to my shitty apartment. And all of a
Welcome
sudden-
to my trailer shack.
yeah.
Come back to my beach. I've got a dog.
And then there's a helicopter, and then she dies. All right.
She drowned though.
Spoiler.
She drowned, didn't
They
she?
killed her. They kill her though.
They put her in a fucking. Didn't they?
Yeah, they
didn't
tie her up and drown her.
and then they put him in a straitjacket and they dumped
dump
him down
him.
there, but they didn't know that he could dislocate
Yeah.
his shoulder and get the fuck out.
Right.
It's
Yes.
an awesome scene.
When they find out, I didn't know she was gonna die. That's a twist in that movie where you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh fuck, they just fucking killed her.
That's when
dude.
you find out a movie's not fucking around. Let
Yeah.
me, let me
Yes.
For real.
When they kill a fucking
It's
sensitive
really
character.
Fucking hot. She was really hot too.
she was great.
She was the hottest out
as
of the whole
viewer,
series.
You were in
Yeah.
love with her too. You're like, she's fucking cute.
Yeah.
He's flirting with her.
Yeah, the flirting scenes were cool.
They were-
Like when the grocery store, when he just makes a mess.
Mel could fucking do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Here we go. Are
He
you
just
ready?
knocks over.
Here's the
I'm
clip.
He
fully-
like knocks over a display and is like, "We're going on a date, right?" And she's like, "You're making a mess." He's like, "Come on, we're like, what are we doing here?"
No,
And he's like knocking
Mel-
things over.
Mel was fucking like
the
as
best. Doesn't
charming
give a
as it
fuck.
comes. He could be funny. He could be fucking courageous. He could be crazy.
Yeah. A
little
He
bit
could
of a
do-
mullet.
He could do all.
and
those
a mullet.
things. Oh, that was.
But it was a sexy mullet
that was
on
the
him.
best mullet.
Yeah.
money could buy.
Yeah,
It's true.
He's a good-looking guy in those movies. I'm
Absolutely.
not,
Oh,
yeah.
big time.
No. I'm not gay either, but I am for Mel.
Especially in the his opening scene when he stands up. You're like, "Oh, nice ass, dude."
Yeah, good ass on Mel.
He's had
I'm
ass
doing
out,
it to myself. I'm doing
And
it.
I got news for you.
Mel.
That means you're gay.
He's been ass out in a couple movies.
Yeah.
You ever see Gallipoli?
No.
He's like 19. It's a movie about Australians in World War One.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I saw Mad
that's
Max.
a young ass.
Mad Max. He's even younger in Gallipoli.
Oh, okay.
You know what I wanted for Mad Max, by the way? I love Fury Road. Love it.
Great.
But when they first said they were making a new Mad Max, and I heard there was no Mel Gibson, I was like, fuck. Because what I wanted fucking grizzled eye patch.
Yeah.
Been living in the desert for 40 years, Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
would be cool.
He's got a new dog.
Yeah.
He's fucking like, I thought that would be so cool.
Do you know the fan theory on Fury Road? I like to entertain it, even though what's his name said it's not true. Is there's a fan theory because you know how what's his name? Tom Hardy doesn't talk most of the movie.
Is he the son of Mel Gibson?
No, he's there's a theory that he's the boomerang kid from Road Warrior because he doesn't talk, and the only and like even when they ask him his name, he's like, my name's Max. Like he says it. It's almost like because he knew Max as a kid. He grew up like emulating him, and then when someone asks him his name, he takes Max's name and becomes Mad Max, which I think is awesome as a fan theory. But the fact that
does he ever use a boomerang in the movie?
no, he doesn't. No, that would have been it though. That would have been if he did that. I would have said, I don't care what George Miller says. That's the boomerang kid, but he does not use the boomerang.
Oh, bummer.
Who are these people that come up with fan theories? Can you imagine how
Nerds.
little you have going on in your life that you're thinking philosophically about a film?
Yeah.
You've never heard a director or a writer say anything about this, but you're like, what if?
Yeah.
You're just like,
yeah. People get really
it's
into
not a
it.
guy with a wife. It's like, honey, get in here. What do you think about this? What if?
Yeah.
The Boomerang Kid. Who? The Boomerang Kid.
That movie I made you watch that one time, and you said you loved it.
You said you enjoyed it.
So here's your Lethal Weapon update, by the way.
What?
Richard Donner was the director of all those. 2 years ago, he was 91 years old. He was going to direct Lethal Weapon 5. I was like, 91?
What's Lethal Weapon to a 9-year-old? Fucking 2 stairs.
He died less than a year later. Mel Gibson is now directing
Yes.
Lethal Weapon 5.
No shit.
Oh, he's a
They're
great
doing
director
it?
too.
They're doing. I mean, Mel is like 66.
Really? I thought he would be older.
Well, Glover is like 70.
He's getting too old for this shit?
Yeah.
Getting too old for this shit.
Riggs! I hear you, Riggs!
You know, Glover was 41 in the first one. And he was pulling that. I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah.
He had like the
41
receding
as a
hairline.
cop? I mean, I guess.
But I just feel like
guess.
41 is not an old man.
No, it's not even retiring
Right?
age.
No,
like
not
he's,
at all.
that's right, John. Yes, 41,
That's a
which
young
is
man.
around the corner
That's a
for
young
some
man.
people.
That's a
It's
boon
yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be directed by him. I don't know what it's going to be. I hope it's not just like all right, it's new cops, but I hope it's something where Mel retired 3 years ago, but he has to come back in for one more.
To triangle choke Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Gary Busey's still around.
And
Yeah.
maybe Danny Glover's a consultant. Like he's like back in his like armchair at home, and Mel
Yes.
calls him. It's like, And he gives like some wisdom to Mel before he saves the day at the end.
Yeah, he gives some wisdom to Mel, and then Mel's character hangs up and then does the exact opposite. Like, you got to keep this man alive, bring him in, we got to interrogate him. He's like, yeah, you got it, click, shoots the guy.
Oh, and Riggs, no more N-word.
I don't want to put these voicemails out, but I will if I have to.
You know I love you like a brother, but you got to cool it on the N-word.
We're cool, and I know you're cool, but not everybody knows you're cool.
I know you've been going to a lot of sessions dealing with the problems.
I know you and Papa John taking N-word
Tight.
classes.
Yeah,
You're
the
a big
famous
Kid Rock
guy.
fan.
The famous guy can't stop saying bad shit. Class. It's like Alec Baldwin, Mel Gibson,
Hulk Hogan,
Papa John.
Hulk Hogan, Papa John.
What a cast of characters.
Yo, that's a fucking like
Sketch.
a sitcom, right? Yeah, or like a fucking just put them all in a room.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the movie.
One of the best headlines I've ever seen in my life was when Papa John got in trouble for the N-word. It was like, I'm 9 months into my. He was like, I'm 12 months into my 18-month N-word class, something like that. And I'm really.
I don't think they called it that.
It wasn't called an N-word class, but this is what it was. He's like, and I'm really making progress. So I just like,
Oh
what's
my
progress?
God.
Like instead of 30 times a day, he's only saying about 3 or 4.
Yeah, he's got a fucking rubber band around his wrist. He's trying to quit cigarettes.
Now when I drop my
dude.
drink, I don't say it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, guys.
That would be funny if they because they like breathalyze you before you get into your car. What would they do before you,
An N-word.
Yeah, before you like engage on a customer service call, they make you take 10 deep breaths or something.
Yeah.
No matter how times you hear you have to just deep breaths.
There's a microphone, so when someone cuts you off, it listens to what you say.
Yeah, the Tesla sensors.
Fellas.
Is it it?
Yeah, we're just at the. It's been an hour, and I know we all got
Now it's
stuff.
time to explore
Holy
each
shit!
other's
It's 8 o'clock.
bodies.
Yeah, we got stuff to
porn,
do.
We talked N-word.
We really did. Honestly, guys, it flowed too. This was a good one.
We started
I
off
know
a
good
little
ones.
slow.
This is great.
But it fucking started to rock.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got like
dude.
2 big laughs in there.
No, this is great. You got it's how I feel
Thank
is
you.
what matters.
Thanks for having me.
Titled, We're Getting Too Old for This.
Yeah,
You know what? It might be. We'll do it.
I have another quote that I think would.
Or Audrey Batoni.
Oh, yeah. Audrey Batoni. Shout out to Audrey Batoni and Jaden James, dude.
Yeah.
The greats.
They listen. They're listening.
I swear to God, dude, I'm going to see Audrey Batoni one day. She's going to come to the show. She's going to take me back, and she's going to be like...
blow your mind.
She's going to blow my mind, and that's going to be it. I have a good feeling about it. She seems like a cool chick.
Can I say one more thing about me and the bodega with Jaden James?
Yes.
We'd have to be the only 2 people in there. We'd have to be in the middle area where it's not creepy,
Right.
near the register. And then in my head, I would say to myself, I probably don't look like the typical guy who walks up to him.
Right.
So
You
I don't think this is as creepy.
Right.
This would be the calculation in my head. It's not like I'd be 350 pounds in sweatpants being like, you got me through some...
No. You know what it is? I think this is how you do it. You go, excuse me, are you Jaden James? She goes, yeah. You go, you rule. Just, that's it. Have a good day. And that's it. I don't think she's going to get mad at that
and
at all.
start fondling myself.
Yeah, then just go.
Do you still
You
fuck
make me
fans?
want to. No, guys, you have anything to plug? Any projects? Your Instagram, shows coming up, whatever you got. Hit it.
I used to have a podcast called Explaining Things. You guys check that out.
No, don't you dare besmirch Explaining Things. Follow Explaining Things. Me with the hilarious Alan Fitzgerald,
Very
Fuck
funny
City
guy.
USA. New special out for him. I'm plugging his special.
Plug
Check
it
out
up.
his
He's a good guy.
Straight for pay
I,
on YouTube, Alan Fitzgerald Comedy.
you-
I came to your guys'
You'll love
party. Or
yeah.
the special.
Yeah, the
Party.
Oh, the release. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
That was awesome.
I did fall asleep. I
know
did.
you
No
did.
one's.
I know you.
You
fucking
sleep
did.
at night? What? You always fall asleep. What is this? Are you
I
narcoleptic?
get. I'm actually. No shocker here. I smoke weed. And, it's starting to become a problem where I smoke a little too much during the day, and I get to mics, and I'm like, I feel like people think I'm on heroin because I'm sitting there and I'm like.
You're right. You need cocaine.
You both have taken pictures of me and sent them to me.
I will do that every time.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Osama Basal, shout out to him. Hope he's doing well. He used to do that as well.
Fall asleep or take pictures?
No, you take pictures of me just falling asleep and send them to me
That's funny.
and say, I'm going to do stuff to your mouth. And I'll be like, whoa, he didn't do that. Plugs, guys. Sorry.
I'm on Instagram and at Andrew Man thing if you want to follow. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, my handle's at Jonathan Tillson. 2 L's.
Hell yeah. Guys, you already know. Follow me at Silly Selly on Instagram. Follow Yes Offense Podcast on Instagram. And subscribe to our YouTube. If you want to watch video, you can also watch it on Spotify. And go to iTunes, write a review, give us some stars. And if anybody out there would like me to do a show anywhere, please contact me. Just DM me. I'll do it anywhere. I'll do it in your backyard. I'll bring these two if you can pay us enough. That'd be great. And September 14th, I know this is a while out, but me and Pete Angelo are doing a show out in Brooklyn, Williamsburg at Hatchets and Hops. Come on down. Lineup to be announced. But me and Pete doing a show.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening, guys. And I think that's it. I'll be follow me, guys. Follow these dudes. Very funny dudes crushing it out here in New York. And thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Always fun. Always fun. See you, nerds.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.